Hey guys, welcome back to 7 days of Final Fantasy VII. Guess what? It is day 4, and today I am coloring Aeris and Barret. So first off, just want to let you know that this commentary might have some spoilers. So spoiler alert, if you have not played the game, you have been forewarned. Today's commentary is going to focus on the most memorable moments from Final Fantasy VII. So most of these are from like the first, maybe second time that I played it through, back when I didn't really know much of the storyline in the background. Now that we have all these sequels and prequels that kind of have added information and background. So the first memorable moment in the game for me is the quest of the Honeybee Inn. So Cloud and his party need to dress up in disguise in order to get into this area called the Honeybee Inn. And Cloud gets to dress up like a lady. So that's pretty humorous in and of itself. So part of the quest is you have to hunt down like a wig and a dress and I think some jewelry, and that might be it. And then you get all dolled up, and even when you're a polygon, it looks ridiculous. Cloud does not make a very pretty lady. But at this point, you are allowed into the Honeybee Inn, and it's just a pretty humorous sequence of events. If you haven't played it, you should, or YouTube it. It's pretty funny. Another memorable thing that stands out for me from Final Fantasy VII, since this was my first Final Fantasy that I had played, it was my first introduction to the Chocobo. So if you haven't played it, the Chocobo is a giant man-sized chicken who you ride like a steed or a horse. So in FF7, you can breed chocobos and race chocobos like a horse race, and Cloud actually gets to be the jockey of his own chocobos. So when he's racing, it's like he's in this posture of down, hunched over on his chocobo, legs straddling the chocobo with the chicken's tail coming out at the end. It's pretty funny. So speaking of chocobo racing, the Golden Saucer is where the chocobo racing takes place. And for me, this whole area, the Golden Saucer, has a whole bunch of memories associated with it. The Golden Saucer is like this huge amusement park where there's an arcade, there's a hotel, there's a fighting arena, an amphitheater, there's rides. It's bright, it's fun, it's flashy. There's a couple dark undertones in the haunted hotel, but we won't go into that. If you did do the Chocobo Racing side quest, you have probably spent quite a lot of time at the Golden Saucer. Another fun thing that I really remember was playing the Moogle game at the arcade. So the arcade has a lot of mini games that you play throughout the storyline, like snowboarding and the motorcycle chase scene. But the Moogle game was really cute, I thought, and I spent quite a lot of time trying to get that little Mog, his mate. So it's in the form of an arcade game, and you're trying to help this character, Mog, get a mate. And in order for him to be able to attract a mate, he has to be able to fly. So you're trying to help him fly and feed him his Kupo nuts, which are his food. And eventually, if you do it correctly and he does attract a mate, then they have little Moogle babies. And then there's date night with Aeris. While you're at the Golden Saucer, Aeris comes to invite Cloud on a romantic date, and this is pretty adorable. So Cloud and Aeris go to the theater, and they're like the 100th customer, so they get pulled aside and said, "You're the lead for our play." So Aeris and Cloud get to be in the play up on the stage, and of course Cloud is all aloof, and Aeris does well. And then after the play, they go on a cute little gondola ride that goes all over the golden saucer, and you see animations of like the chocobo racing and the roller coasters and stuff like that, and it's really pretty, and you get to learn a little bit about Aeris and Cloud and their little relationship. So that's kind of a memorable part for me. And then there's the doozy, the last one. Oh man, I had been told about this and I was forewarned about it, that it was coming, and I was in denial and did not want to believe it. And there are spoilers, so if you don't want to hear them, turn it off now. So Aeris had left the party, and the party is in pursuit of her to find her, and you pass through this amazing forest. It's really pretty. The music is awesome, and it's just a beautiful, peaceful, like serene location, and you don't think anything could go wrong. So you come out of the forest into a clearing with this really pretty lake, and there's like this seashell looking like structure that you walk into and descend into this even more beautiful area with water and light, and you see Aeris. So I'm thinking, yay, we found her, and she's going to be in our party again. But that's not quite the way it happened. So Aeris is there kneeling in prayer. She's up on a platform, and Cloud goes up to the platform to approach Aeris. And while that's going on, Cloud is having like this psychological struggle in his head, and he's kind of possessed. And so this possession makes him pull out his sword and struggle whether he should take Aeris's life or not. And he hesitates. As Cloud hesitates, the picture transitions into a cinematic movie, animated movie, and you see this light from above Aeris, and down, 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 down glides Sephiroth from above. His sword is drawn, and he's coming down straight on top of her, straight over Aeris, and pierces her straight through the midsection. Wait, what the heck? I'm thinking, how could this happen? Like, she is one of the most beloved characters in the party. And I'm like, no. So they've got to like resurrect her or bring her back to life. How can they kill this sweet and innocent girl? I'm like all confused and thinking this has to be like a dream or some kind of sequence that they're just gonna somehow brush off. And I was just in shock. So the music at this point tugs on your heartstrings. The graphics are beautiful. Cloud eventually takes Aeris' body and releases her into the lake. And I'm finally figuring out, well, I guess she's not coming back. But this is the most memorable Final Fantasy moment in any of the games that I've played. And now I want to know which were the most memorable for you guys. So let me know, drop me a comment below, email me, whatever. And if you haven't already watched days 1 through 3, head on over to my channel. You can see them all.